All right, and we're gonna be doing a game of one has to go. All right. So before we get started, I'm gonna give us a chance to introduce ourselves. I'm pretty sure this is some of you all's first time being able to see us outside of our acting or our directing or our DPing or whatever you want to call it. So I go ahead and start off. My name is Gerard Fleming. I am a writer, rapper, spoken word artist, and inspiring actor. And I pass it out to whoever wants to go next.
All right, I'll go next. I thought Alan was about to go. My name is Mario Day. Oh, I just gave away his name. My bad. My name is Mario Day. I am a actor, filmmaker, director, cinematographer, and I am a photographer. So I love Atlanta Film Crew. This is a dope group of individuals. These people are my brothers. And yeah, you're going to expect greatness out of us, and we're going to produce greatness. So definitely stick with us and join us on our film journey because we're going to be big.
Cool.
Hey, all right, I'll go next then. What's up? My name is sorry, can't do that again. But what's up, guys? Sam Kim here, aka Ask Kim Sam. I'm mainly an actor, but I do rapping as well, Korean/English rap. Trying to catch up with my boy Gerard, and trying to catch up with some photography with Mario, and some goofiness and great jokes by Alan. And yeah, that's me.
Mario, you're such a hater. You're such a hater. Since 2013. It's a shame. It must be tiring. But my name's Alan. Alan or AJ, whichever one you prefer. I do creative producing for short films. I'm the business mind producing. I love creativity. Photography a little bit. I consider myself an iPhone photographer, iPhone 11. What else? Oh gosh. I work in education, higher education. I love youth. I like serving with youth in any capacity, especially like in a church setting. So yeah, and I love the Lord. Ain't none of y'all say that. So yeah.
The Lord knows my heart, brother.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You'd still like to hear
it. Cool. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get started. So if you don't know how to play the game, one has to go. I'm going to give you a quick breakdown. All right. So basically what the object of the game is we have 4 options that we get to choose from. And as you can see, we have them listed down at the bottom. And basically for this episode, we're going to be deciding which one has to go out of the top movies to come out in 2020. All right. So obviously due to COVID, Auntie Rona was like, nah, ain't no movies this summer, and she shut everything down. So what we're going to be doing is going through at least 4 of our top films to see which one we want to see the most and which one has to go. All right. So
get it.
For you all, if you're listening and you're not really paying attention to your phone right now because maybe you're driving or something, that's cool. Don't look at the screen, just listen to us. But I'll read out the movies for you that we have. Right. So for one, we have Wonder Woman 2. All right. We have The Eternals. We have Tenet. And we have Coming to America 2. All right.
Nice little lineup.
Yeah, pretty nice lineup. All right. So, y'all, which one of these movies? Well, for one, like, why do you think these movies are like some of like the top movies for 2020, or rather, that's expected to be released in 2020? Like, why are these movies the ones that everyone's expecting?
I think everyone's expecting it. My personal belief is because Wonder Woman 1 is hands down the best DC movie that has ever came out. Like, let's be real. So like Wonder Woman is going to be fire because of that. Eternals is something that every Marvel fan is waiting on, bro. Like that is something that people was like, okay, can we get the Avengers out the way? Like people love the Avengers, but let's get the Avengers out the way. Let's go to the Eternals. Let's see something like different, you know? And then with Tenet, when Tenet dropped, I think it's a Christopher Nolan film, right? And like it has Denzel Washington's son. I'm sorry, I'm calling him Denzel Washington's son. I still got to learn his like first name, but he's a dope actor. Christopher Nolan is a wonderful filmmaker, and you just mix both of those two and his creative thinking about like how he does his films. Like all his films are dealing with time in some type of way, in some type of form of fashion. So a lot of people who are fans of him are going to be looking for that. And then with Coming to America too, come on, man, that's a classic.
It's Eddie, man.
Coming to America is a classic. So you know everyone is going to be waiting on that. Everybody's excited for it. You do have some people that's skeptical about it, but then at the same time, you have people that's like, yo, this is a long time coming. And Eddie Murphy is definitely making his comeback with a lot of his other films that he did on Netflix and stuff like that. So I think we got a good lineup.
Okay. All right, cool. Anybody else got anything to add to that? Alan, you kind of looked some kind of way when he said Wonder Woman best DC movie.
No. I have nothing against that because I'm not the superhero type guy of like movies. So I honestly really can't touch on those two. But this is going to probably cause a lot of backlash. But if I had to choose one to leave the list, are we at that portion yet?
Man, he's just
Ain't doing that yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just started.
You already know which ones you're not gonna choose since you already like.
No, I'm actually not. Don't think. But I will say, I think these 4 movies are going to be, at least most of them, I think are going to be very big. Tenet, I just looked it up, like literally just now, and it said the budget was $200 to $225 million. That's outrageous. I think that beats like Disney's Beauty and the Beast, which was like one of the highest, because they spent like $165 million on that movie. So if a studio put up $225 million for a movie to be made, you know they're already expecting that even in the midst of COVID, they're going to make back probably $1 billion worldwide, if not double that. You know, so I think like right there, like I'm super excited for Tenet. Yeah, Christopher Nolan, like he doesn't disappoint. You know, with his movie.
I forgot Robert Pattinson is in there too. So you know, for all the Twilight fans,
and the Batman fans.
Right.
But my only concern is with theaters. Christopher Nolan's films, like Tenet, is made for IMAX. And this whole stream from home thing, I don't know if the movie's going to have that same impact. So they've already delayed it 3 times because of COVID. So I just hope that if they release this film, even if IMAX is the only theater auditorium open, I just hope it doesn't have like an at-home premiere and it takes away from the quality of the like richness of the experience. Because Christopher Nolan's films are an experience in that IMAX. So, but all the other films, I'll speak on them in a second.
Oh, look at that.
To consider. What about you, Sam? What you thinking, man? Like, why are your movies like so like critically acclaimed for 2020?
Well, definitely, Mario definitely touched on all of them, and I do agree that especially like Wonder Woman, man, when that came out, I thought it was not going to be that good, in my personal opinion, because DC came out with like, what's that movie called, like Green Lantern and stuff, and that was poorly done. And
you don't talk about it.
Yeah, I was really like, excited to watch Green Lantern, but then when you watched it, there was a little downside. But when Wonder Woman came out, it was amazing, man. That I would say that or Aquaman is like probably the best DC movie so far.
People be sleeping on Aquaman, bro.
Yeah.
And like I think the one reason why like one of the biggest critiques about it, and not to go on like a rant, but like I'm one of those people that personally thinks DC is better than Marvel. They're just not using their catalog correctly, but that's a discussion for another day. But one of the biggest complaints that I hear about Aquaman is that it was too much going on in the movie. It was like maybe 2 or 3 movies within a movie. Like it was like just too many scenes going from like place to place, like too many storylines, like too many things just taken away from like the major plot.
To be honest with Aquaman, like if you take away the CGI and them being underwater, well, I mean they could be underwater, but like you take away all the CGI and everything like that, the movie kind of sucks. Like the storyline is a typical superhero storyline. Got typical lines in there, like like you get defeated and then Aquaman rises. No, you know what I mean? Like I don't remember any lines in there anymore, and I think that probably says some stuff, but at the same time, I know it was some lines in that movie. I was just kind of like,
I'm not looking at superhero
typical superhero.
I'm not looking at superhero movies for one-liners no more. I'm just looking at them for like what the action looked like, and as far as like action, cinematography, like CGI, what it visually looked like. it was exactly what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I like all of it compiled. Like at least has to have a decent storyline.
I got you.
Something different, because if you think about it, look at all these superhero movies coming out. Like they can't all be the same, just action and everything. Like that's why people getting tired of like Fast and the Furious. It's just like nothing but cars. That's why they started implementing like actual subplots within their movies to try to keep it interesting. And now they just going off the limb, making helicopters like grind on the edge of a building and then still survive. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just, I think they know anybody that
crazy.
shows up, it's just going for the visuals.
yeah,
Like, they don't even have to put like the script. They don't even have to put work into it. Like just add in a bunch of CGI and we'll make $400 million and we'll make another one.
last time they had a submarine racing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. The last one I saw, it was like in New York, and they had like a scene in New York, and it was like this parking deck where like they took over the cars, and like it was like all these computer chips, and all the cars started driving off the deck, and it was just like raining cars in New York City, and I'm like, come on,
That's believable. I believe it.
It is kind of believable, because cars do have chips in them, like computer chips.
But the thing is, like, it was raining cars. Like the parking deck was probably like 10 stories, and it was like cars falling down to the street, like raining. Like, of course, you got people dodging cars, and they never get scathed. And then when the scene changes, they got like one trickle of sweat and like one little cut. And it's like, you know, good and well, if you was dodging cars in Times Square, you would not have made it out unscathed. So, but I like it. I'm down. I'm going to see Fast and Furious when it comes out. So.
Well, look, hopefully, like someone from Fast and the Furious and someone from DC see this episode and they're like, "Hey, these guys are cool. They're good writers and actors and directors, and they'll bring us on to kind of add some flavor to it." So,
Loki got a crash to them, so I don't know. I don't know if that's like
that's opinion. They want to.
So
I love all the cars that they used. Oh, who's
all right,
that?
I'm getting a call. Hold on for 1 second. Y'all keep going.
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm good.
Oh man. All right. Well, look, while he's doing that, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, Alan, since you seem like you have a lot to say, we're gonna start with you. All right. So, what would you probably say is the first movie out of these four that you would want to stay, right? That you wouldn't want to be off the board at all? Which one are you keeping on the board?
Okay, Tenet. It's staying by all means.
what?
All right, and I think you kind of already told us why earlier, but you just want to give us a quick recap. So is it more so just because Christopher Nolan is directing it?
Yeah, actually, I mean, I really do like spy movies, although they kind of all like I'm a huge John Wick fan, like that type of spy, like thriller action, like you know the fighter type. So like I really do like those movies, and I do feel like while they do follow the same plot in a sense, there's always new stuff they can add into it because it's like a spy thriller. It's like different stuff. And I do think that Tenet, and like I think Christopher Nolan has a lot to do with it. Like his work speaks for itself. You know his work is going to be like amazing. Like and even just like I think what movie did he shoot on like 70 millimeter?
Inception.
Say it again.
Was it Inception?
He may have, and that's not the one. This one was recent, and I can't believe it's escaping me. It'll come back. Came out probably like 2 or 3 years ago. Anyway, he shot it on 70 millimeter, and like the film was just so crisp. And so I think with that, like Tenet is going to be a great film. Now, can I tell which one needs to go?
No.
Oh man, he's cringing.
Man, hey, I thought this was gonna be hard. You already got your mind made up.
I got it made.
All right, Sam. What about you, bro? Which one is staying on the board for you first?
Which one's staying on the board?
Yeah.
Definitely Eternals, because it's somewhat different because you know, it was definitely Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, that Avengers is gone, everything is gone. So this will be like a fresh start of new superheroes for this generation to come. You know what I mean?
I got you.
So I'm excited to see what they do. And there's a lot of diversity in the cast as well. It's amazing to see.
That's
and
true.
yeah, and I'm totally excited to see their superpowers. I haven't read their comic books to see what powers they have. So I'm trying to get surprised in a way. So that's one of my movies that should stay on there, you know?
All
Stay.
right, so maybe you all can clear this up for me because I'm sitting here thinking this is probably gonna like affect my answer for internals. I'll be honest, but like, so you remember that show that came out like a few years ago? It was called like Inhumans. They had maybe like one season.
Yeah.
So like, is this supposed to be them or is that like a whole nother group?
No, the Eternals and Inhumans are two totally different groups.
Okay.
The Inhumans, I believe either the show's about to continue or they about to make it into where they were going to make it into a movie. Yeah, I think they had like a trailer or something for the Inhumans, like as a movie, if I'm not mistaken. Because I watch what is it, New Rock Stars, and they break down like trailers and stuff like that. So that was cool, but it's totally two totally separate groups.
Okay.
So like think of the Internals in the cosmic field, like as far as the Inhumans are more like mortal, not mortals, but mutants. Excuse me, they're like mutants. You feel me? But the Eternals, they're kind of like the godly figures, kind of like a Thor or Captain Marvel. Think of like her type of powers, but like they're supposed to be kind of more powerful. Yeah. They're like the children of like the Sentinels or something like that. Am I right, Sam? I'm not like too deep into the comic books and whatnot, but like they're like the children of them. Like Thanos is their uncle type of thing, or cousin, or something like that. Because Thanos is part like he's a demigod pretty much. So
yeah, but that's definitely my one on the list there.
And if y'all know, just go in the comments and like correct us, because like I said, I'm not the biggest comic book person. You know what I mean? I'm getting into it. I know my homies probably cringing right now. They're like,
I usually pride myself on like knowing a lot of comics, but like I'll be honest, I don't usually read them. I just kind of geek out on like YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like, for some reason I kept thinking about like the Eternals as the Inhumans, and like I know I did not like that show, bro. That show was trash, dog.
Yeah.
So I was like, and these are the same people, then like it's instantly off the board for me. But you make a good point. All right, so Alan, you said Tenet. Sam, you said Eternals. Mario, what you thinking, man? What's staying on the board first for you?
Wait, what's staying on the board for me? Brother, I'm going to have to go with Tenet. I'm going to be with Alan on this one. Okay. Tenet is staying on the board with me because like the trailer alone is just it's something that catches. Well, I know what it is that catches your eye, like how everything is going forward and things reversing, and like, but people still going forward in the reverse, and it's like a mind blowing thing. That's what Christopher Nolan does. You know, like he blows your mind with his films, and like I said, everything's dealing with time. So I'm very interested in seeing that film.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, Sam, you may be by yourself, bro, but I think I'm gonna have to grab Tenet too, man. Like, like look, man.
I changed my mind. I'm going to the Tenet.
No, it's too late. Nah, man, Christopher Nolan is just that dude, bro. Like, ever since like I saw Inception, like I literally watched that movie maybe like every 6 months. So like just for Tenet to be like getting the similar comparisons to that. I already know, like, all right, the kind of like Mario was saying in regards to Aquaman, like I feel like Tenet is going to be one of those films where like everything from like acting, cinematography, script, like directing, everything is going to mash together so well that it's just going to be a beautiful masterpiece. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. And then just the concept alone of kind of like it being like almost like a sci-fi espionage movie where it's like agents are like turning time like backwards and forwards, like it's insane, bro. So I'm definitely hyped on it.
Look at the movie poster alone. Like the movie poster draws you in. Like that's
like where's he going? There's 2 of them. Like
it's similar to Inception. That poster. Yeah. Sorry, my voice cracked.
But no, man, that's what's up. All right, cool. So I'm glad we're on the same page for that. All right, so first on the board for most of us is Tenet. Sam, you said Eternals. I go ahead and start. Second on the board. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. It's probably gonna have to be Wonder Woman. Like, okay. Yeah, I think she's gonna have to stay on the board for me, bro. Just because, like, off rip, like, if I'm not mistaken, I think the time period for this movie is supposed to be in the 80s, right? Yeah, that's like probably like hands down one of my favorite decades. So like I know like visually, and you can tell by even like the poster right now, like it's gonna be real like poppy. Like,
Color.
have you ever seen like have any of y'all seen Baby Driver before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the cinematography in there was beautiful. The colors were popping. Like I was like fully engaged like off the first few minutes just visually. Not even paying
Right.
attention. Right. So like I feel like I'm gonna get that same vibe from Wonder Woman. Now I am a little bit upset that they decided to bring like it's not Chris Pratt, but whatever his name is, old boy like her.
I know what you're talking about from like Star Trek and everything.
Yeah, like her love interest. I'm kind of mad they bought him back so quickly, and like I'm pretty sure that that's gonna be some kind of like villain thing. But it just kind of seemed a little cheesy for me. But I put that aside. Like as long as like the action's good and the cinematography is on point. So we'll see. But yeah, Wonder Woman is definitely staying on the board for me.
Chris Pine. That's his name.
First time. Oh yeah, it's close.
It's fine, yeah.
All right, I'll go with my second one to stand on the board. Definitely, second one to stand on the board. Definitely for me is going to have to be Eternals. It's going to have to be Eternals. I know you say you're a DC fan, Gerard, but like I'm on the Marvel spectrum, and the reason why, like I'm going with Marvel because Marvel has done a wonderful job in developing their characters and has done a wonderful job of keeping you invested into their films. And I can only imagine where the Eternals, like, think about it, they took over, like, pretty much the whole last decade with their films, man. And I can only imagine where they're going to go with the Eternals and everything else. Like, they got Blade coming out. So I'm definitely excited to see the Eternals. And they coined the connections of movies, like, with the what is it called? The after credit scenes, like they coined that, you know what I mean? They made it theirs. Even if somebody did it before, we know it because like we be like, oh, Marvel movies used to do that, you know? So I am very excited for Eternals, and that's gonna be my second one off the list. That's gonna stay.
Yeah, that's it. And like, and you actually like reminded me of something, bro. Like when you were kind of saying like they're definitely using movies like Eternals and like Thor 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy to kind of tap into like the space realm of everything that's out there. And with Marvel, bro, that's gold right there. Because I honestly feel like that's probably how they're going to introduce the X-Men once they like reboot it. So, and you know, it talks about Hugh Jackman coming back in for that role. So we may see a little bit more of Big Hugh. But yeah, bro, like the Eternals is where it's at. So you're right.
Yeah, Mario. Yeah.
Sam, I'm with you, Sam. So we
Flex.
Oh man. All right, Alan, where you at, bro? What you think?
All right,
The second one that's staying, not the one you want to see leave. The second one that's staying.
So I would have to say, although I'm not a big superhero movie fan, never have been, except Hancock, but never have been, I would have to say that Wonder Woman stays. Reason being is because it was done well, and I do feel like, I just feel like I don't know. I don't know how I like describe it, but like with you, Gerard, I love the 80s, particularly. The 80s and 90s, those are like my two favorite decades, and I just love the culture from it and like just learning about it and like the styles and just everything about the 80s. So I feel like it's going to be a really dope film, and I feel like it's definitely needed. So I'm going to have to choose Wonder Woman as Stan for number 2.
Hey, my man.
So we got 2 for Wonder Woman, 2 for Eternals.
Well, hold on. Oh, well, yeah, well, 2 for Eternals. I was about to say, Sam.
Sam already voted for Eternals.
Yeah. Sam, what's second on the board for you, bro?
Second one. Let's see. All right, here it goes. All right. Don't get hurt, everybody. Don't get hurt.
Dramatic, man.
Don't get hurt. I'm going to go with, instead of Eternals, I'm going to have to go with Wonder Woman.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
3.
come on. That was the reaction?
Well, I mean, hey.
They said okay. I'm the one that's kind of hurt. I'm like, so I'm just joking.
Okay. No, it's Wonder Woman. I think it's really nice to see a second one because the first one went really well. I want to see what kind of stories they can write, especially going back to the 80s, right? So they're probably going to have to go in depth with all those materials because, going back and, and learning about your history too, in a way where you could add in there. I wonder how they're going to do that, and that'd be really exciting to see.
That's dope. And kind of just to add to that, like one reason why like I'm excited about Wonder Woman because this is like one of like the few female films that shows you that like in a woman like a female character can actually lead a franchise, which like they gave us like Batman and Superman, and that was not it. Like I fell asleep with that every time I watched that. It was not it. And don't get me wrong, I'm actually one of those people that like Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he did an amazing job. That's just my personal opinion.
I like Ben Affleck too. A lot of this man, like, they harp on him for no reason, but Ben Affleck is a good actor.
Yeah.
So I kind of liked him as like the old Batman.
Cool guy.
Like he's like an older version of Batman.
Yeah.
Because the way he's built, that's just in my opinion. Y'all can comment whatever you guys want, but like I think he looks like more of like those old Batman. He's like, and teaching his kids like, yeah, this is what I've done. Don't play with the Joker. Like, those kind of things.
Mario, you don't seem like you agree with that, bro.
Nah, I'm not a Ben Affleck. I mean, he's good. I like Gone Girl, but like Ben Affleck and superheroes just shouldn't match. Like he did Daredevil. That Daredevil was trash. I mean, it was good to me as a kid, but when I'm watching now, I'm like,
hell yeah,
bro, that movie was trash. But I mean, era to each their own. You know what I mean? I think Ben Affleck need to stick to like other movies outside of superhero movies, unless he could actually find one that like fits him and fits his character. It's a reason why he's not Batman anymore. I'm just saying. You feel me?
Yeah, he plays really well with what's that movie? He goes like he's like kind of like he's same age. He's like he didn't age, but he was stuck somewhere, and then when he got back out, like he went back to time. It was like Payday or something. I'm trying to remember this title of the movie.
Talking about Benjamin Button. I'm gonna say that was Brad Pitt.
Payday or Paycheck or
I think it's called Payday. I think I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? I think those kind of movies he kind of fit very well. Superheroes, I think.
He did good in the movie Boston. Boston was a straight movie. Like, I mean, I'm not like a huge Ben Affleck fan. I like him better than Tom Cruise.
Oh, me too. Tom Cruise is awesome.
Yeah, I like him better than Tom Cruise. But like,
no offense, Tom Cruise. No offense.
So overrated. Let's face it.
Y'all are not about to disrespect my man Tom like that. Bro.
No, Ben Affleck. First of all, if you ever seen Argo, that whole movie is wonderful from start to finish. And Ben Affleck, he directed it. I think wrote it. No. He directed it, and he acted in it. Say it again.
No, I was confirming he directed it.
Yeah. Argo is an amazing film if you ever get a chance to watch it. But Tom Cruise, the reason Tom Cruise is popular is because he does his own stunts. And people act like, oh, he's some superhero. Okay, like, yeah, I'm sure many more actors can do their own stunts just because I'm sorry, I haven't liked them ever since like childhood. He's never been on my list. I will admit he did good in Collateral. That is an amazing movie with Jamie Foxx. He did great. But Tom Cruise is off the list. Don't care for him, and I hope he sees this.
Oh, man. No offense, Tom Cruise. I still like you.
Man, Tom Cruise be running, bro. I don't get what none of y'all say. He be.
In every movie. It could be a movie about love. Like, this man could be in a wheelchair. like you're going to have some type of running scene in there. Like, oh, man. I think he just overrated as, like, the person. I mean, I'm not taking away from his acting abilities, take away from his acting skills or whatever. I mean, if people like him as an actor, people like him as an actor. I personally just think as an actor, he's kind of overrated. It's like better actors out there. But, people put him on the pedestal. Same thing with Ben Affleck. I think Ben Affleck is a good actor, but also I think his directing skills and everything is way better than his actual
He's a good
acting
director.
skills.
He is.
You know what I mean?
He's amazing
And
at
honestly,
directing.
from what I heard, and we'll move on to the next one after this, that's one of the reasons why he decided not to play Batman anymore. I heard it was because I kind of heard rumors that like he was supposed to be like directing the next like solo Batman film, and it was so much for him to like direct and act that he was just like, all right, I'd rather just like direct or not be involved with the film at all. And I could be wrong, but that was just something that was like floating around. Yeah, okay. All right, so
Cool.
moment of truth. Right?
Okay, can I start this one off?
And Alan, since you're excited, we're gonna save you for last.
Oh,
No, I'm playing. We'll start off with you. But basically, what I want you to do, right, is we still got 2 movies left on the board. And Alan, I think for you is Coming to America and Eternals.
yeah.
All right, so me and you kind of have the same one. So what I would like for you is just try to give like 2 reasons, like 1 reason why you're excited for each movie, and then let us know what film is like staying for you and which one is off the board for you. You can tell us both at the same time.
Oh, I'm going?
Yeah, you're going.
Oh, okay. I thought Mario wanted to go.
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay. All right. So one that's absolutely staying, Tenet. The one that has to go out of this list. Meanwhile, out of this list, don't crucify me in the comments. Mario already knows where I'm going. The one that has to go is Coming to America. Gotta go. Deuces. So out of this list, am I going to see it? Yeah.
Have you even seen the first one?
I have seen it.
Like
The reason here's why I'm voting it off is because I just feel like when they tried to bring back movies that were made that were good in its time in the 80s, which was 30 plus years ago, I feel like them bringing it back and like now Eddie Murphy is like probably pushing 55 or something. It's just like let stuff be good in its time. It's almost like if they tried to remake Back to the Future, it'd be like so different. And it's like Back to the Future is one of those movies where it was good as Back to the Future in 1984, 5, 6, whatever, when they made it. And it's like, it's a classic. And that's how Coming to America was. And it's just like, now that they're trying to bring it back, I feel like Hollywood is going down this slope of like, oh, forget about story and quality. We just know whatever's going to fill people and get ticket sales. Well, it used to be fill the seats, but now whatever's going to just get streaming sales, we're going to just push that out regardless of the story. And then once the movie says, everybody says, oh, that was trash. Hollywood's like, yeah, it was trash, but guess what? We got your money and we've made $100 million and we're satisfied and we'll do it again next year and y'all will go do it again. And it's like, I mean, I could even say the same thing about Black cinema, but I ain't gonna even go there. I ain't gonna open that one. I ain't gonna open that door. They recycle stories just to get ticket sales or stream sales, and then the story is clearly we know what's going to happen, but I couldn't even go there because
I mean, I would call that cinema in general nowadays. You know how many remakes that came out? Like, think about Disney. Disney lives and thrives off of remakes. You get what I mean? So, and to be honest, I'm gonna go there. Lion King sucked. Like a lot of the remakes sucked. Like, let's be real. The live action joints, only one I really liked was Aladdin.
Aladdin was good.
Aladdin was good.
That was barely. I think Will made it even better. I think Will Smith made that movie to be 100 with you.
Well, Princess Jasmine was fine. Whoever played her, I never heard of her, but she was fine.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, I do feel like Will made it better. The thing with Disney, though, is where they're getting good with their remakes is we only saw them as cartoons before, and now we get to see them as live. So Disney's smart move.
Yeah.
But for like Coming to America, I'm just like, yeah, I want to see it. I'm going to support it. It was shot in Atlanta. Of course, I'm going to support it. But I just feel like it's one of those movies like, just let it be good in its time. Why not come up with something original, Eddie Murphy? You're super talented. Come up with something new, and people will still support you because of what you built from Coming to America original. You don't got to try to like relive the past and like bring it up. So that's my 2 cents.
Gotcha. I mean, those are 2 good reasons.
And why are you excited for the Eternals? Or are you just not excited for Coming to America too?
Oh, for the Eternals. Yeah, I'm excited for that. It seems like out of the superhero movies, I would give that one a chance. Most Marvel movies, the trailers just right past my mind. I'm just not interested. I can't even tell you the last, like, I honestly think the last Marvel movie I saw was Black Panther, which was in 2017. So I think it's been 3 years since I watched a Marvel movie. by choice. If it happens to be with somebody, then I'm pretty sure I probably saw one after that. But by choice, I would say was Black Panther, and I'm just not a superhero fan, but I'm willing to give the so.
And to the people that are watching, it's all good. We're gonna try to make Alan sit down and watch a whole Marvel Sweet
We're gonna strap him to the chair.
We're gonna cook him.
Gerard's looking at me like, who is this guy?
Bro, I don't even know who you are anymore. You're a stranger.
Oh, dang.
He grew up on a different styles of movies.
But I will admit, I've always had an old soul. I still have an old soul. So
I got an old soul too. That don't mean nothing.
A lot of the stuff, like I grew up watching my parents like shows and movies. So yeah.
Thanks for sharing, bro. All right, Sam, where you at, man?
All right, so what were my twos? Oh, I chose Eternals and Wonder Woman, right? So I gotta choose the last two, right? All right, so the one I will actually kind of take down is it's okay, that sucked, but the Coming to America, because I've never watched it before. I'm so sorry, guys.
Damn, the hood was rooting for you, man.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I've never watched Coming to America. I'm probably gonna watch it right after we play this game and finish up this game. I'm probably gonna go watch it. So Eddie Murphy, if you're watching it, I love you, but I'm gonna watch it. I promise.
You know, he's the same person that didn't see Family Matters, so we gotta cut Sam some slack. You know what I mean? That's not his culture. You know what I mean? We gotta put him on game.
And I know the song now. It's a rare condition.
Don't revoke my black card, but I just saw Coming to America in 2019.
I know you.
Oh man!
Oh, Flame! He is playing.
Comment, everybody! Comment about this.
I just saw it in 2019. That's only because this girl in my church named Jaleesa, she found out I had never seen it. And I was just like, I'm not interested. And she was just like, oh no, your black card is gone. And so she made me like watch it. And then I must admit, I fell asleep halfway through. It just wasn't funny to me, like all the way through. It was just like, and that was it.
So why is Tenet staying on the board for you?
Because I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, to be honest, as well. The way he thinks about like every shot and every like how he's going to show this movie to us and his audience perspective too, not just his perspective, is pretty awesome. And that's like, look at his work, look at Inception, man. People are still watching it and just pinpointing the smallest details. You see YouTubers watching it together and kind of like pinpointing these certain things that are in the film. That's quite amazing to catch, I'll say.
The Easter egg.
Yeah, the Easter egg, definitely. But I'm so excited. And he's dealing with time as well. So time, anybody can, shoot in a way they can explain time. But I'm pretty excited to see what he kind of like shows to us about this kind of reversing. I only saw the trailer too. I only saw one part like where he goes back. But I think it's pretty sick. And I can't wait for it.
All right, cool. Mario.
Yeah, man. So I got Wonder Woman left and Coming to America. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna have to get rid of Wonder Woman. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of Wonder Woman.
I was not loving that, bro.
Hey, I'm biased. I will admit that I'm biased, just simply because Wonder Woman was the best DC movie, but it still wasn't like up here for me. You get what I mean? Like, I enjoyed Wonder Woman the best out of DC movies, but it still wasn't like top tier type of thing. Like, I felt like people walked out of seeing the first Wonder Woman like, oh wow, that was a great movie because it was the best DC movie they ever seen. Let's be 100% real. So like, when you go into a movie with low expectations and it actually exceeds those low expectations, you're kind of like, wow, that was a good movie. Like, for example, the Sonic movie, I went in there with low expectations, and I came out like, oh, that wasn't bad. You know what I mean?
Probably
But it wasn't a best movie. You know, so like when you like lower your expectations and you go see something, of course it's going to be like, oh, up here. But like me, I like period pieces and stuff like that and all of that. But Wonder Woman, I don't know, man. Like I'm excited to see the action and everything, but at the end of the day, it's still another superhero movie, and I am kind of getting drained out of superhero movies. I love Marvel, so like I'm gonna keep watching Marvel stuff because I like their characters a little bit more. I feel like DC needs to do a better job in diving into the character description, diving into actually bringing out their characters. And to be honest with you, I hope DC is watching this. I feel like they need to focus on their villains, because if DC focus on their villains, because their villains are more intricate and more like has so much character development that they can build out of that, and then like focus on them, and then have the superheroes like as supporting characters. That's something different that Marvel hasn't done, but like they're trying to do with like turning into the evil realm with Doctor Strange, new Doctor Strange movie. You know what I mean? Like trying to like get into that, but DC villains are like just straight brutal evil. DC alone is that that gritty, grudgy, you know, bloody type of vibe, and that's why people like it, low key, in the comic books and stuff like that. That's why a lot of people like DC way more, versus Marvel is kind of like family friendly and, you know, loving, and it talks about social issues. And I'm not saying DC doesn't do that either, but like it talks more about social issues. Like X-Men derives from everything that was going on in the 60s. You know, Professor X was representing Malcolm X. I mean, not Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and then Magneto is representing Malcolm X. You know, so things like that. It just depends on what spectrum. But I feel like if DC focused on their villains a lot more, then I would be more invested in their films. But I'm going with Coming to America as what I want to keep on there, simply because I need to mix it up too. Like we have Tenet, which is going to be the drama, kind of suspenseful, low-key action type of film, and then we got Eternals is straight action, and then you need some comedy in there. I'm all for a good laugh, and I'm supporting Eddie Murphy. Coming to America 1 was definitely a funny movie, and it was a part of, you know, me growing up and everything. So I'm definitely going with Coming to America simply because it's nostalgic, and that's something nostalgic I do want to see, you know? And I feel like they can break that mold, like what Alan was talking about. I feel like Coming to America, if they do it right, they can break that mold of like living off of older movies and just remaking it and trying to make it better. I feel like Come to America can still actually be better. And this is like a resurgence for Eddie Murphy's like acting career. Like not resurgence, like he's always been great, but like just him coming back to the scene. Because he did Dolomite on Netflix, and he did 1,000 Words on Netflix. Yeah. So I feel like he was doing those to get himself right. And even though they've been filming Coming to America for a minute, but like he probably did those just to get himself right and be like, okay, you know, I'm back on the scene, baby. Y'all haven't seen me in a minute. Like we about to kill it. So I feel like he's gonna come hard. The whole cast is about to come hard. The soundtrack probably gonna be hard too. So like I'm looking forward to all of that.
All right, cool.
What about you, Gerard?
Jeez, man, I don't even know, man. Y'all hit me with haymakers today. Dang. Okay, so who do I got left? I got Eternals and I got Coming to America 2. All right, so I'll tell you what I like about both. So Coming to America 2, like Mario was saying, is nostalgia basically. Like it's Eddie's like, I'll probably say like first like big motion picture since he's been back in like the acting scene. So I mean you can't necessarily go wrong with it in my opinion. Like I'm not gonna say even if it's a flop, because I don't think it'll be a flop, or at least I'm hoping that it's not a flop. But even if it is a flop, just being able to see Eddie back on the screen, like in this role, with like some of like the original cast from the movie and like new faces in Hollywood, is something to look forward to. So that's something good about it. Excuse me. Now Eternals, like I was saying earlier, man, like them using these boys and women to like tap into like that outer space realm is literally gonna open up the box for like Marvel's like space catalog, right? So it's literally like no limit to like what they can actually do once they start making those films, getting those things rolling. But with all that being said, I got that one off the board. So if I had to choose one,
Dun dun dun.
get the Eternals out of here, bro.
Yo, my boy Gerard.
What?
So,
Hey, give me a virtual pound, bro. Give me a virtual pound.
Oh, get that out.
Yeah.
like, man, look, like, it kind of like Alan was saying earlier, it's not that like I don't want to watch the film. I actually think it's gonna be dope. But honestly, if it's like, all right, which one do I want to watch first? Like right now, definitely Eddie. Like off rip, like good comedy. Like Coming to America 1 was like comedy gold. Like everything in that movie hit. Alan, I don't know what you talking about. Maybe you watched it by yourself. Set some chocolate. Extra chocolate.
Like I said, there are funny parts. I just don't. Okay, let me say, I went in with very high expectations. Like before seeing that movie, people act like that movie was just like gold, and so I went in like, and then I was kind of like, I mean, then again, I was sleepy. I mean, I did fall asleep halfway through, so I could have just been cranky that day, sleepy. So maybe if I rewatched it, I may be like, oh, I didn't catch that the first time. But to me, it was just like, I feel like I've seen funnier black comedies.
Nah, man, I'm sorry.
I need to watch Harlem Nights.
Bro. Like, literally, like, majority all black cast, some like big names in Hollywood as far as like black actors go.
Yeah.
Like Eddie being back on screen, like it's just so many things that like has me excited for it. That is, I can't say no. I'm sorry. Like Mario was saying earlier, like not that superhero movies are getting played out, but it's like the ones that like are the ones that are in lineup to come out next from Marvel. Honestly, I'm not really too excited for. Like I know the Eternals is up. I know like Blade isn't necessarily slated until like I think 2021. That's one I'm really excited for. It's another one. I know I'm probably gonna pronounce the name wrong, but it's kind of like something like
I said Tenchi. I'm thinking about something else. My bad.
But that's the one. It's like something Lee, Chun Li, Tin Lee, and like the 7 something. It's like a kung fu thing. But I know they ain't there throwing hands. So like that's like really what I'm excited for. But yeah, like for some of the superhero movies, especially for Marvel, like I'm not like too excited for it right now. Especially since I know they're about to start revamping their universe. And not to say that like I don't think that they'll do a good job in like revamping it, but just like when it comes to Eddie, bro, like I'm giving it to my dog. Like I got to. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I couldn't. So yeah, Eddie staying on the board. Eternals get up out of here. We want nothing to do with it.
Hey, I mean, I still want to see the Eternals over Wonder Woman, but I'm happy Coming to America. I can deal with that. I can deal with that.
Oh man. But yo, man, that was cool. That was fun. Thank y'all for watching our first episode of One Has to Go. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments below. Let us know what kind of I guess verses y'all want us to do next time. Maybe we'll do actors next since they talking about Tom Cruise is better than Ben Affleck. I don't know. We may have to put it to the table.
It was vice versa. You gotta
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, you messed right. It was messed. Yeah, Ben Affleck's better than Tom Cruise. I see what you were trying to say though.
Yeah.
They know how I said it. I said it right. But yeah, y'all get at us in the comments below. Let us know what you think, and we'll check in with y'all next time. All right, peace.
Deuces.
Peace out.